Yeah.
Drill me.
For what they saying, I just look them deep into their eyes. Going against the God in me, now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Drill me.
You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. Uh-huh. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
Hey, what you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
Shaolin shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I find myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair. Uh-huh. Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. Uh-huh. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride upon yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
Shaolin shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair. Uh-huh. Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. Uh-huh. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride upon yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
If what you say is true, the Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
Shaolin shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair. Uh-huh. Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. Uh-huh. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
Hey, what you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really know I'm God body. Gifted from birth, so the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah, said I'm a fine diamond.
Shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I find myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all hear. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair. Uh-huh. Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die.
There we go.
I said it's conflict in all areas, nigga. You choose the side. You could win or you could lose, nigga. It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just testify for what they saying. I just look them deep into their eyes, going against the God in me. Now that's suicide. Higher self, higher level, higher wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride up on yourself. They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger.
Hey, what you say is true. The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang could be dangerous. Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can defeat me?
They say money is power, but knowledge way stronger. My soul pure gold, so I live way longer. My mind think righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive, words unspoken, I'm so illuminated. I shine brighter than Illuminati. Walking on water, now they really...
Oh my. Thank you, Maureen. I can't believe. I have no idea how long. And you know what? It's right in front of me where I should be able to see whether or not the microphone is working or not. So, oh my, unbelievable. I have no idea how long I've been going without the mic going, but my mind tells me that I've been going for a minute. Wow. Thank you, Maureen, for letting me know that I had no sound. How crazy is that? No sound. But I'm hoping that the sound just went out at some point and it didn't all the way from the beginning. Like I said, I'm just going to recap a little bit because, you know, this is what you call struggle streaming. But you can't give up. You got to keep moving forward. I guess, hey, you'll be tried by the very topic or the very subject that you are speaking on. Like, wow, you know, if it would happen to anybody, it's going to happen to me. But it is what it is, and it's all good. I'm excited. I'm still excited about the fact that I'm live on all platforms. I have no idea if volume was off the whole time, but the title is She Never Gave Up, you know, from Harlem to the Bronx to Florida. And you know what, to be honest with you, the reality of it is, I would have believed that coming to Florida was where my peace would have began. And to a certain degree, I gotta be fair to say that it did, especially when you grow up in a city. I call it the rat race, where everybody live on top of each other, and not so much lives on top of each other, but the hustle and the bustle of the trains and the buses. So Florida was the peaceful pivotal point of my life, yet still trauma I faced, uh you know years after years after years. But what it is, and it's all good, so I'm excited. But like I said, I'm just going to recamp. If you've ever been through anything, if you ever had dreams or desires or wishes, and you found yourself in a place that you desire to give up, giving up is not an option. Giving up should not be something that we do. It should be through your faith, through your heart's desire, that you keep moving forward, no matter what the situation, no matter what the circumstance. As I was at my point in my story where I reached the age of 13, I was telling you about how such a tragic situation happened to a little girl that had to carry so much weight on her shoulders from the age of 4 to 13. Keep in mind, I talked about guilt, shame, and innocence being taken. I talked about being a boss at a young age, running businesses, running stores, being a gangster's daughter, yet pushing through. I talked about having a situation with a teacher that caused me, because of the fact that I was a well-dressed little girl and outspoken little girl, caused me to be placed on the back burner where I couldn't advance to a special high school and skip a grade because of the fact that I couldn't get along with this said teacher, and I had to be moved down the cluster. And like I had said, that there was cluster A, B, C, D, and as you went up the alphabet, the higher the cluster, the less intelligent were the students. And so I had to endure in that, yet I had to still keep it moving forward, keep believing, keep trusting at such a young age. But like I stated, with the point where I picked up at where I was 13 years old, and I got hit in the face with the bottle because I was dishonest and was told my parents that I was going one place, yet I found myself in another place. I also talked about being at the age of 10 years old drinking, where I first had my first episode where we was at the house parties. We were too young to do the clubs at that age, but we were doing the house parties. And the first drink I told you that I had was Boone's Farm. If anybody's familiar with Boone's Farm, it was where got sick as a dog because, I drink too much. And so there it began, the opening of the cesspool of the chemicals. I believe it was maybe a year later I started indulging in marijuana. Keep in mind, this is a 10, 11, 12-year-old girl that was 9 years old running a record store, 9 years old running newspaper stand. I believe it was about 11, 12, could even have been 13. I was running the hot dog stand. So here it is. I was a young little girl carrying secrets, running in shame and guilt, and my innocence had been taken. Yet I still had to put on my brain cap daily at a young age and be a little boss. I told you I was a child adult. So when I became an adult, I believe that's where the tables turned in the mindset of the heart. After I got off the chemicals, I became a child again because I missed my child opportunities. But nevertheless, I was positioned as a little girl growing up to never give up, to keep moving forward, to keep pushing forward. Maybe that was the way of being brought up in the big cities. New York City, I'm quite sure Chicago, I'm quite sure the big cities, most children that are brought up allegedly in those eras. And even if it's not a big city, I'm quite sure there's things and situations and circumstances that you go through as a young child that pushes you forward in the mindset. If you could just throw in the towel and give up, you would. Now let me talk about giving up. Let me talk about the real giving up part at a young age. I believe it was the age of 13 when the situation happened where the I got hit with the bottle. I so desired to not want to live anymore. But I still had to push forward and be strong. In the back of my heart, in the secrets of my mind, I felt like my dreams and my goals had been shattered because I had been hit in the face with this bottle from being dishonest, from following some girls, from telling my parents I was doing one thing and doing another. My whole world had been shattered when I got hit in the face with this bottle and caused me to lose my eye. The giving up part was that nobody knew that deep down inside, as I struggled to become a 13 is like entering to your teen years. So you can imagine the hormones that I was dealing with. Not only was I dealing with adult things at a young age and being the boss's daughter, I had just had my world shattered. And I still had to put on a facade. I still had to keep things moving. I still had to act like, oh, it was just an accident, nothing real major. Keep in mind, I shared with you that my hair had caught on fire at 7 years old. So I had already experienced some real traumatic situation. Not only did my face get messed up, but my whole forehead was where the skin had came off and then the hair all burned up, was in flames, and I almost sustained 3-degree burns. Who wouldn't, as a child, want to give up with all of those things happening to them? Keep in mind, I shared with you that my innocence had been taken. What was my innocence? My innocence was the sexual abuse that I had to deal with growing up as a little girl. What hard charges that I had to carry on my shoulders and keep a secret to save my loved ones from not going to jail. Because I'm quite sure if my father had found out, I would have lost a father. I would have lost the person that had been doing what they had been doing to me. And then I would have lost possibly my mother for these things happening in the confines of her home. But yet, I never gave up. I never gave up as much as I desired to give up. And like I was trying to get to the point where the most part of giving up was when the suicide spirit awakened itself or visited me. And it visited me in such a way that it was a subtle thing in the back of my head that I wouldn't share with anybody. But I wanted to throw in the towel and I wanted to give up. I dare not allow anybody to know that that's what was going on. The chemicals. Remember the drinking at 10 and the beginning of smoking marijuana began the beginning of an addiction that I didn't know that would be the thing that would, as I gotten older throughout the years, see, you can be functionable and you can be functionable for so long until that functional becomes a problem. And then it becomes a problem in a place that we got to do something about it. But I use the chemicals to suppress the true desire to throw in the towel, to give up. It was my way of functioning. It was my way of keeping it going. It was my way of being the boss's daughter. You know, not only did I have to be the boss's daughter, but I had to make sure my grades was good. And that was a whole nother mess in and of itself, because even the problem that I had in the 7th grade with the teacher that messed up my ability to get skipped to skip a grade and to go to a special high school. Um, it caught up with me. It caught up with me. It caught up with me in high school. Nevertheless, even though I don't believe, I didn't have the high schooling that most kids would have because, in my opinion, I was different. I wasn't going to be controlled. I wasn't going to follow the rules. You wasn't going to have me in line in the hallways. So I had a whole, and that's probably a whole nother episode to talk about my high schooling days. But nevertheless, I made it out. I got my diploma and I wind up in college. So in my opinion, I made it out. I made it out because I went to college. And guess what? College was a whole nother world in of itself because in college I got dragged by the train. Okay, and was in a wheelchair, like I stated in one of the other episodes, in a wheelchair for a year. But yet I never gave up. I kept on pushing. I don't know where the resiliency came from inside of me, but there was something about me that said that no matter what, you can do it. You can push through it. You can push through the pain. You can push through the sadness. You can push through the hurt. You can push through anything that comes your way to take you out of the game. But yet, I still dealt with, I still struggled. With hidden spirits, demons, if you will, whatever you want to call them, that plagued me. But I never gave in. Have I had attempts? Have I tried? Absolutely. And even and that's why I say in the spirit of suicide, we don't have a right. Absolutely, we do not have a right to throw in the towel or to take our own life. We don't have a right to put our family and our loved ones in a situation, in a circumstance where it would plague them for the rest of their days that they're on this earth. That you gave up, that you threw in the towel, that you didn't believe that your life was so much worth it, that you decided to take it. But see, it wasn't my time. Okay? And the hospital visits, the suicide hospital psychiatric ward visits, or whatever the case may be, was that stepping stone, just another opportunity to not give up, to not give in, to try to get to the bottom of the warring that was going on within my soul and my mind and my heart that would make me want to come to a place where I would just think that I wasn't worth living. Whoever you are, if I'm talking to anyone allegedly that you so desire that your life is not worth it, yes it is. If your mother, if your wife, if your aunt, uncle, whatever it is that your titles that you may hold over your head, you are so much worth it. You can get through it, you can get over it, you can get past it. So never allow the spirit to whisper to you, don't entertain it. That is the way I've been able to overcome that spirit. I no longer entertain it. I do not give it the energy or the power that it needs to have me to move forward in whatever it suggests for me to do through my mind. I don't. I absolutely don't. I suggest it to go somewhere else, but not here. And I suggest to you to do the same thing. You are so much more worth it. You have so much more to offer. Life is not about giving up. It's about persevering, pushing forward, moving forward, trusting in the next phase, trusting in the next opportunity, believing in yourself. She never gave up. And I didn't always believe in myself. And I honestly believe that the situations and circumstances that I have been through put me in the mindset of pushing forward and being stronger just one more day. Just one more day. You know, I never loved myself. I guess I had been through so much trauma and so much pain and so much stuff at such an early age, and had to carry so much burdens and so much power on my shoulders at such an early age, more than any little girl should bear and have to carry, that I did not know or understand how to love myself. But I'm grateful to say that by never giving up and keep pushing forward and coming through the ranks of age, from teenhood to young adulthood to the woman that I am today, I love who I am. I began to understand throughout the journeys and throughout the trials and throughout the tribulations that I experienced, there were situations and circumstances that I encountered through addiction, through failed marriage, through the traumas, through the accidents, that there was a purpose for me through all the failed entities, and that they weren't failures that were to take me out. They were failures to take me to the next level in life, that whatever that next level would afford itself. Because I sit here today, have been able to overcome low self-esteem, self-doubt, self-hate, and the funny part is that, so much so, that those attributes that I had against myself, I never had them against you. I never had them against people. It was funny, even at a young age, before I even recognized and came through ministry, I had a heart for people, yet I didn't have a heart for myself. Strange, strange, strange. That's that never giving up spirit. Believing in you helped me carry myself to a place where I began to believe in myself. Because there's no way in the world, as a young girl, that all that I've been through, I still was able to show up every day. Show up, dress up, smile, open the store, run the business, okay, count the money. It's amazing what the human being in the human mind can endure and can go through. See, if I had never had the addiction, and I never had the place to go through the recovery, I probably would have never had the opportunity to love and understand who I was. I probably would have been still running around here with all the hurt, all the pain, all the secrets. The funny part, it was in my first rehab is where I found out that I was sexually abused. I didn't even know that's what that was. Now I knew that there was something going on that shouldn't have been going on. I knew that much. I didn't know the definition or the words that was attached to it. I knew that this adult that was doing what they were doing were sneaking and doing it, because every time it seemed like somebody would come, they would push or jump or whatever the case may be. So the sad part about that, the sad part about that is that I knew that it wasn't right. But it took my first rehab for me to put the definition of what had been happening to me as a little girl. Sad, sad. But it was in the beginning of recovery and healing and off of chemicals that the cloud began to be lifted, that I began, thank you for the follow, that I began to love myself, that I began to understand myself, that I began to understand that those things that happened to me wasn't my fault, that no adult in charge of a child had the right to be doing such a thing to take away the innocence of such a young girl. So keep in mind, all of the traumas, all of the trials, all of the tribulations, all of the things that I've encountered and I endured, rounded my subconscious and my way of behaving, if you will, with reaction and replies. So, in other words, I had to get to a place where I did the work, that I had to clean out the traumas of the subconscious, of the negatives that I held at some point through therapy, to help me to get to the real place of not even imagining desiring to give up, not even uh believing that that's such a thing that I should even think of, to get to a place to realize, so much so that all that I had been through and all that I've gone through is to be able to help you, allegedly, is to be able to help the next man. I honestly understand that my life testimonies, my life situations and circumstances have definitely been designed and geared because I've been able to overcome. Even with not loving myself, as I shared with you at some point in my life, I still love people. And even though I love myself now, I love people all the more. I never gave up on loving people. So at some point in my life and in my walk, I understood some part of the assignment. I may not knew exactly what the assignment was, but I understood it. See, so you too got to understand that no matter what it is that you're going through or that you're coming through, if you can get to the end of it, or through the, it was a saying that I used to say, at the end of not the end of the rainbow. Oh, believe it was at the end of the tunnel. Whatever it was like at the end of the tunnel. And as I was growing up and going through the trials and tribulations that I was going through, I always believed that at the end of the tunnel was a brighter day. And in my opinion, it was a point where I had gotten to the end of that tunnel, that brighter day. I was able to put behind me the addictions. I was able to put behind me the low self-esteem. I was able to put behind me the understanding and control and anxiety and depression and all the things and the diagnoses that had been plagued me behind me. So much so that I can help the next man. So you got to understand that no matter what you're going through, no matter what your situation and what your circumstances that brings you hardship, pain, depression, disappointment in your mindset, that you too can get on the opposite side of it. You can get to the end of the tunnel of it if you just keep going and never give up. Oh, I never gave up. I don't know how many times I might have wanted to, but I never gave up. Could you imagine? No, you don't have to imagine. Could I imagine? No, I can't imagine, because I wouldn't be sitting here tonight if I had given up. I would not be sitting here today able to tell you some of the horrific stories that I've been able to come through and overcome. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Oh boy. Yeah, I touched upon that when quitting felt easier. It to so many people, they believe if they just throw in the towel allegedly. If you just throw in the towel, it all ends. No, it doesn't. It gets worse. Deal head on with your situation and your circumstance. Don't let it fester. Don't let it just sit around and build legs or grow legs. Deal with the situation head on so that it doesn't grow and it doesn't fester and come to a place or a problem where you can't endure or you can't handle it, or you rather just give up or quit because you think it's easier. How easier could it be to give up and quit? Because if you give up, if I give up, and if I quit, then all the souls that's assigned to me, all the souls or all the people that's assigned to you, I forfeited my assignment. You forfeited your children, your loved ones. If you give up and quit, there's so much inside of us. There's so much knowledge inside of each and every one of us that could benefit someone else. I knew early on that my gift was helping. I didn't know that it was a gift, but I knew that helping was something that was big to me. It was something that carried me in the midst of all my mess. Because, see, if I could help you, if I could help the next person, if I can help somebody that appeared to be less than, even if you don't, you could be a millionaire. It don't matter to me. If you need the help and I'm able to help and lend a hand, I'm going to do it. And I was like that from day one. And that it's probably the strength that I carried that I didn't even realize. And we don't even realize that when we have a heart to help, it's just that one thing that keeps us pushing forward to the next day. There's been several of days that I had doubt. Doubt used to be my favorite buddy. But then I learned, doubt you do it out, believe you received. Oh my, why did they tell me that one? Because I stopped doubting. I do not allow doubt to enter into my mindset in this day and time because I don't want to not receive what it is that I need to receive. Okay? So I do not doubt. And if I find myself allowing that spirit or that entity or that energy of doubt to surface, I have to shut it down because I know that I'm blocking whatever it is, the thought, whatever it is that's coming to me, whatever it is that I need. But you couldn't tell me that years ago. You could not have told me that years ago. Oh boy, I doubted, and I I doubted this, I doubted that, and I doubted anything and everything that I was dealing with. I was doubting Thomas. Okay? So much so that it was annoying to me, but I didn't know any better. Pain. Oh my. And we're not going to talk about the physical pain because physical pain just became a part of me. It was almost like it was my buddy, it was my cousin, it was my niece or my nephew. But the emotional pain is worse than the physical pain. And I've had some traumatic situations happen to me. Could you imagine that emotional pain is the worst pain? And it's the pain that you got to work your way through it ASAP. Don't get stuck in the emotional side of the negativity of whatever it is that you're going through. It's easier said than done, but we're capable. You're capable. Allegedly, you're definitely capable of not entertaining the emotional pain. And I say that to say this. Oftentimes, when I used to say to myself, especially when I was a young girl, that I'd rather get the whipping than to get the punishment that can't go outside. Because if I get I get the whooping and I'm good. I take the pain of the whooping and it's gonna end. It ain't gonna be all night. It ain't gonna be all day. But if I can't go where I want to go, oh, it's like the end of the world. It's gonna kill me because I can't go outside. And so the mind and the emotions of just having to deal with that, it was easier to get the whooping and then you could let me go outside. But emotional pain, in my opinion, is more traumatic than physical pain. And you have to learn strategies how to get over emotional pain, how to distract the negative emotions or the negative emotion and mindset that comes with things that come to really take you off kilter. It's definitely a fight, and it's definitely work, and it's definitely skills that we must uh, endure and learn, especially if you're a mom and you have children. No one wants their children to be in a bad place. No one wants their children to get hurt. And as a parent, we too often are worried or concerned when we know certain things are not going the way that we would hope for them to go, or we see our child suffering through something. In my opinion, emotional pain, if you cannot rise above it, stifles your ability to function, to help as a parent that child get through whatever it is that they're getting through. I had to learn to not be so caught up in their hurt that I can't think as the parent to help them get over whatever it is that they're going through. And as a parent, you got to be strong just not to display your hurt. I'm quite sure there were many days and many nights that my kings had no clue. Y'all know I call them my boys, all men, my kings, had no clue that their mom had been suffering from some of the things that she had been suffering from. No, because it's not about you anymore. Once you start having the babies, you gotta put on your big girl panties, you gotta put on your big man britches, and you gotta, be strong for them. Yet while you're still hurting and bleeding. But somehow another along the journey, I was able to find time to do the self work and the self healing. Yeah, I had my little encounter with religion, but to keep it real and keep it 100 with you, there's a lot of, I don't even want to go down this rabbit hole, but even in there, it makes you want to throw in the towel because so much foolishness that goes on in there in the religions. And I'm not talking about relationship. I'm talking about religion. I'm talking about going to that building where a whole bunch of foolishness is going on, and we supposed to love one another and be kind to one another. Nah, you careful. You'll be ready to throw in the towel messing around in some of them places because there's a whole bunch of hurt, broken, wounded folks running behind religion, acting out, allegedly, misbehaving, trying to tell the next man what to do, and got issues of their own, allegedly. But I did come through that place called religion. And for the love of me, along the way, I was able to find a relationship in it. I was able to find a relationship in it and throw away the religion. Okay? Because all that I done been through and all that I done came through, I wasn't going to allow myself to continue to be caught up in the foolishness of religion, a bunch of man-made rules allegedly that serve nothing but its own ego and its own mindset and its own clique and its own gang and its own group. No, I feel like this. I've been called to the world, not just to a one group, not to just one religion, not to just Christianity, Buddhism, or Muslim. I'm to anybody that needs help. I don't care what your religion is. If you need help and I can help you, that's why I never gave up. Because I came to a place where I realized that people need people that is willing to look past whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Buddhist, whether you are, I don't know how I got on this tangent, but I'm on it. Whether whatever your religious uh, affiliation is, will still desire to help you. So I'm grateful from all that I done been through and all that I done came through. I understand your religion and your hangups with your religion, but that's good. That's, hey, kudos to you. But it brought me through a place where I see it for all that it is and all that it's worth, and I just have a relationship, and that my relationship is my relationship. So how I see it, how I believe in it, so helps me to keep going, to keep moving forward, and not giving up. See, we allegedly too often get caught up in believing what, and I don't know if the right word is to say they, but these different religions tell you that you should be this, that, and the other, but it never tells you how to deal with self, in my opinion. One religion talking about die daily, die daily, die daily to what? I'm already, if I'm dealing with a whole bunch of stuff and a whole bunch of situations and circumstances that is affording me that I'm sad, I got low self-esteem, I this and that, die daily, I'm already dead. I need to awaken. I need to awaken in what's inside of me to learn how to love me. Okay? We want to give away our energy to love something else, but we're not taught how to love ourselves. Well, I'm telling you, I've been down some rabbit holes. I've been down some rabbit holes. But you know what? I'm grateful for them. And it is not easier to give up. And it is not easier to quit. Never quit, never throw in the towel. Okay? Never throw in the towel. Just push forward to another day. So this too shall pass. I learned that in the AA, NA, one of them. But they say this too shall pass, and it will. And if you tell yourself, if it's so overbearing to you, just get to a place and say this too shall pass. Trust me, it will. Yeah, so like I was sharing about the religious and me finding my relationship, the spiritual side of me, that's where my faith was over the fear. See, the fear of, and I didn't have fear of dying. That I don't believe that ever was in a thing for me. Not at all. I just had fear. I don't know what I was scared of, but I just had fear. Okay? But then at some point, faith turned on. Faith turned on. I start believing in myself. I always knew that there was something greater than myself, but it's okay to believe that there's something greater than yourself. But if you don't believe in yourself, what good is it to believe that there's something greater than you and you don't believe in you? So, boy, when they started lining up, I was forced to reckon with. And I am still a force to reckon with till this day. But see, I'm a great force. I'm not a negative force. And in having the flip side of fear, I found faith that all things is going to work out for me, no matter what. Whatever I need, whatever I desire. But I had to shift the mindset. No giving up. This too shall pass. Push through another day. Understanding addiction, understanding mindset, understanding subconsciousness, understanding my conscience. A lot of things allegedly, I don't know if it's fair to say the world or life, or it would rather you not understand the makings of who you really are. Because, see, when you get to tap into self in such a way that I was able to tap into self, oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But you know what? I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my roots. I'm grateful for how I was raised. I'm grateful for where I came from. I'm grateful from the dealings and the learnings. See, because I can decipher between the good and the bad, the negative and the positive, the devil and God, however you want to put it. In my opinion, is all in the same context. It's just different words used to relate to them. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. Had I not came through the ranks that I came through, I wouldn't be in a place to help someone else not give up, not give in. But I never gave up and I never gave in. I kept going, even when it looked like it was easier to throw in the towel, even when it was easier to just quit. Even when I tried to quit, even when I tried to throw in the towel, it's funny how you try to do those things and they don't work because they're not for you to. And that's not the purpose. That's not the plan that's laid out basically for your life. Have you ever thought about maybe to fight so hard because you're so great and there's so much greatness in you and there's so much great that you can get to, so much potential? You can look at it in the cognitive sense of religion and say that the devil knew what you were made up of and what you had to offer. So if he could just keep distracting you and keep attacking you, you would never get to that place. But and this is in the context of religion, but little did he know that you had faith, and that you had a heart and a mind that believed in a higher power and a higher entity than yourself that was going to watch over you and protect you. Well, that the negative energies were so assigned to your life that they didn't know that you had a greater energy working in the back of the hindsight of your mind and your heart to keep you from giving up, because you are created in the likeness, in the image, to be great and to do great. And it says in that book that we was created and it was good. We're good. So much so that so much bad or so much negative sticks his head up just to see how much good you're made up of. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that something? Do I still have times where I want to give up? That's a good question. No, not often. Do I have times? Absolutely. When somebody might get on my nerve, so much so that I say, hey, it's not worth it. I snap out of it. I don't entertain it. I don't let it take on legs. I don't let it get up and start running. I shut it down. It's so much worth it, and all the more, no matter what they're doing, that's getting on my nerves. Why? So much so that it's getting on your nerves to make me want to give up or throw in the towel. Behooves me. If we can allow someone else to push our buttons so much so that we, or I'm gonna, let me just put it to me. If I'm going to allow someone else that much power over me to make me want to throw in the towel and give up, then I have no control over myself. You have to put or have the mindset that you make the decisions. You control the outcome. No one else can control the outcome of your behavior or what you do and how you do it, unless by force, unless by some weapon up against your head. And even for me, in that, I've had situations and circumstances when they couldn't. Believe it or not, I've had shotguns, I had machine guns, in situations where triggers jammed, they couldn't do what they came to do. You have to have the mind that has the power to control your circumference and your outcome, not somebody else's behavior control how you react, how you think, how you whatever. That's all the more reason why you have to be careful of some of these religions. See, moving out of religion is not giving up on a higher power or a God. It's just coming to understand the truth of it all. That's basically it. It's understanding the truth of it all, and not so subjecting yourself to a set of rules that ain't got nothing to really, in my opinion, have to do with the higher power or God. Like y'all know, I told y'all I call him God. You could call him Yeshua, Jehovah, Allah, whatever you choose to call it, whatever you believe in. To be honest with you, you have a right, and you have a mind, and you have a heart to believe. Choose to believe how you choose to believe. Whatever works for you, as long as it doesn't put you in a place where you want to give in, you want to give up, you want to throw in the towel. As long as what you believe in helps you advance yourself to a greater place and a better place, no matter what you're going through. Life isn't always going to be peachy cream. Roses aren't always red. Life has its ups and downs. Remember, that too shall pass. That too shall pass. Whatever it is that is making you so uncomfortable, that is aching your heart. I always wondered, and this just came in as I was saying, whatever's aching your heart. It seems like relationships, we get in these relationships, or if you ever been in a relationship and you have a breakup, but in the mind of minds, in the hearts of hearts, you thought that you was so in love with this person that you could not live without them. And it devastated you so much so that you got sick when you broke up with them. Bingo, been there. What is it? Is it really love? Is it codependency? Good question. Something for you to ponder, something for you to think about. What is it so that when the split comes, it devastates you and breaks your heart and you ache and you sick and you can't eat and you can't function? It just hit me. I just throwing that out there. Like, is that really love? Because love shouldn't hurt. Love shouldn't be painful. Uh, Trauma bond. I don't know where that came from. That just that just bingoed in my head. Trauma bond. Huh. So much so, I wonder if it's considered trauma bond. Is it so much so that the person that you connected with had so much baggage as you had baggage? Hmm. So when the break came, ooh, that's deep. When the break came, the trauma bond broke. Because you think it's love, but the trauma bond broke so much so that it devastated you. Ooh, that's deep. That's super deep. Okay. Kindly and who is okay, yep, absolutely. I see you. I do have Discord, so I'll try to come over there and understand how it works. But if you can send me a notification somewhere to so I can remember you, because I do believe these chats disappear after the session. But LLEKW23 would like to join my live stream whenever I'm live. Kindly add me up on Discord. Yeah. Yeah, I do have a Discord. If you can go to my Discord and send me a message, if that's possible, I would appreciate it to see what it is that you're offering and what you're talking about. I would love to add you to the live. Uh, but let's have that talk. But that's deep. About how such when you break up with someone that you think you so much in love with, how it hurts so bad. I mean, I get it. You don't feel, but in my opinion, that now in hindsight, that I look back at it, 2020, it's no way in the world that it should hurt that bad and hurt that deep. When I look at the surroundings of the whole thing, of my situation that I had went through. Hmm. But never give in and never give up and never throw in the towel. Life has so much more to offer you when you can get past it. whatever the it may be that's bothering you or lurking or urging you. Life was never designed. Funny thing. Isn't that crazy? And I say that to say this. The reason why I say life was never designed to be peachy cream, because good and bad would have never been created. Is that fair to say? Because it had to be created. Good, bad, negative, positive. Huh? But there's not a playbook. That's it. There's not a playbook or instruction book. Or then again, I guess you could say it is, but then they say it's the word of God, but you know, that's another rabbit hole that I don't want to go down. We know for a fact that God didn't write the book. I allegedly not allegedly, people were inspired. Just put it like that. Okay. But yeah, there's really no set of rules given to you of the traumas and the trials and the tribulations that you're going to face and how to deal with them. It's people that go through things that have been able to overcome things and that are able to share and willing to help the next man or the next person because they've been there, done that. And I guess that's why it was designed for me to never give up. So she never gave up. She never gave in. She would have liked to from time to time, but she kept moving forward. She kept on trusting. She kept on believing. And if nothing else, I am a believer in whatever I choose to believe in. You better bet that. Whatever I choose to believe in, I'm a believer. My faith is on fleek. I could think a thing and it can manifest. My boys or my sons or my kings often say, I have to be careful what I say and what I think, because that's how powerful the mind is. I know that's how powerful mine is, and yours is too if you believe it. We got to get to a place where we understand the mind, how powerful the mind is. Because you could have what you say and you could have what you believe if you put your mind to it. Because your mind's going to show you and give you a game plan on what to do to get it and to have it. But you got to believe it. You cannot write a set of goals but don't believe in it or don't believe you could achieve any of them. What's the purpose of writing them? I've learned to never discount. That's that doubt. I learned to never discount what the capabilities of myself is or even the next man. Even a person that you think that looks strange out there to you, that has less than you, I never discount them. We can teach each other something. Excuse me, if we learn to be kind to one another. No matter what your race, no matter what your nationality is. And that's a whole nother episode. That's a whole nother episode. And I'm so elated. I thank all of those that have found it not robbery to follow, subscribe. Miss Maureen, thank you for tuning in. If you're still there with me, subscribe, share. I'm hoping so much so that the first 30 minutes of this episode was recorded. I had no, and it's right in front of me that whether the mic is moving or not. But yeah, that part. It's called struggle streaming. There's a lawyer that I listen to on YouTube, and he always says, "Oh, I'm struggle streaming." That's where I got that from. I got to get his name because I give him kudos for that. He's the one that when something goes wrong with his streaming, he says, "Oh, I'm struggle streaming already. I just got started. I'm struggle streaming." I'm learning though. This is a world of this is the new wave of getting information out, and I never thought I'd be here, but I never gave up either. So here I sit, right? I did not have a clue what I was getting myself into. And when I realized it, but it's all good. You know what? At the end of the day, as much as I might be helping someone else, I'm helping me. I'm definitely helping me. It's funny how, woo, I can't believe I'm going to say this. It's funny how this is self therapy, believe it or not. Yeah, this is the book that they want me to write or that I should write. It's so many stories. It's so many things that I don't even remember. It's people that say to me stuff, and I'll be like what? Yeah. Like my son, I went to visit him and my grandkids yesterday, and he said, I had bought them. We had a what is it called? Book bag and sneaker giveaway. Thanks to some great sponsors that I have that believe in the mission that we do. And he saw the bag. He says, "Oh, Ma, I remember you taking us there." He said, "I remember getting 4 pair of shoes, and my brothers only got 2." He said they didn't want to go with you. He said, "But because I went," I said, "Nope," but I had to think for a minute. He said, "Because I went, I he said I was able to get 4 pair of shoes." I said, "Wow." So there's stories that people have that I was also told that I was pregnant, sleep in the snow. My god sister told me, she was like, "Yeah, you don't remember that?" I said, "Nope." A lot of things I probably don't remember to protect my poor little brain, my mind. But I'm gonna close now. I usually go about an hour and a half here. I'm a little bit over the hour and a half, but I so hope that the first part of this segment, and if not, 30 minutes of it is on mute, and that's a lot. But hey, things happen. Such is life. No need to get upset. No need to give up. No need to throw in the towel. Such is life. See those kind of things. If you're not grounded and solid, that could have possibly took somebody over the edge. That 30 minutes of their broadcast. Oh my God. There was no microphone. Oh boy, you tuning in to Let's Talk with Jazzy. The reality of it all, from Harlem to Florida, I've been through it all. But I never gave up. On several platforms. This one is for the fighters, the dreamers, the believers. Tune in. Till next time. And remember, I always end with You are worthy of infinite abundance. You are a beacon of confidence, success, and you deserve happiness. Everything you desire is flowing to you now. Stay tuned and be blessed. Until next time.
Yeah. You gotta choose your side. You gotta choose your side. It's do or die. I said it's do or die. I said it's conflict in all
Don't forget
areas,
to
nigga.
subscribe.
You could win or you could lose, nigga.
Follow.
It's do or die. Energy don't lie, it just
Thank you for
testify.
tuning in. Thank you for
what they saying, I
subscribing.
just
And
look them
thank you
deep
for
into
following.
their eyes. Going against the God in me. Now that's suicide.
We'll
How
see you
yourself,
again on
how you
Friday
love, how you
evening.
wealth. To move like this, you gotta put your pride upon yourself.
Unless
They say
something
money
comes
is
up
power,
and I'm
but
here
knowledge way
Thursday night, I
stronger.
believe I'll see you Friday evening.
The Shaolin and the Wu-Tang
Thank
could
you
be
for
dangerous.
tuning in.
Do you think your Wu-Tang sword can beat me?
Don't forget to subscribe. We're on YouTube,
They say
Facebook,
money is power, but
Instagram,
knowledge way stronger. My
X,
soul pure gold, so
Travo,
I live way longer.
Kick,
My mind
and
think
Twitch.
righteous, yeah, my bloodline chosen. My energy is positive.
Let's
Words
talk
I speak
with
get us
Jazzy
so
Wanda.
illuminated. I shine brighter
Stay
than
tuned
Illuminati.
and be
Walking
blessed.
on water, now they
Until
really
next
know
time.
I'm God body, gifted from birth. So the life I face is hard body. Had so much love in my heart, they had to apply pressure. Now I'm a fine diamond, yeah. Said I'm a fine diamond.
Shaolin shadow boxing and the Wu-Tang sword style.
No matter how hard they try, I found myself in divine timing. Now they follow what I say like my name Simon. Led the chosen ones to victory in divine timing. The time is near, the signs are clear. 144, activation is here. We rise in the vibration with no fear. Oh, the Thundercats we all here. And now it just don't seem fair. It just don't seem fair.